Dr. Jekyll, realizing the truth, is now left wrestling within the confliction between opposing forces divided by one's own ideas versus desires, the two clashing as if on a battlefield, a perfect description of the emotional turmoil experiencing the external disputes that are the incompatible elements of one's own mind.
Look at you! You think you can hide behind that face? Behind that name? Hyde will always be Jekyll because Hyde is tough. Hyde is raw!
Dr. Jekyll struggled to put his glasses away, trying to steady himself as the carriage teetered back and forth, slicing through the water that had pooled on the bridge, making it now slippery, racing through the storm outside that had now competed with the storm that was raging within his own mind. Dr. Jekyll could hear the driver shouting out orders to the horses as they snorted and sniffed through the evening air, and the storm raged on between the two.
After weeks of sorting and sifting through her father's ledgers she found in his desk, the young doctor found herself pouring, mixing, grinding, one ingredient after another. Alas, no matter how hard she tried, she would always come up short. That is, until the night she found her father's trunk, tucked away in the corner with old blankets thrown on top. After retrieving a stack of papers, she went back to the desk where she had been working. She began to piece, one by one, the recipe together. She knew she was close. Alas, she didn't realize just how close she was until she began to read her father's notes that gave her that final ingredient needed in order to complete the formula.
I know the answer is in here somewhere.
As she walked back to the main house, once again she found herself searching her brain for any reason not to go to that evening's soiree. Oh, how it infuriated her, how all of the ladies would lose all means of their senses as soon as a gentleman appeared. How she missed her father. Mostly she missed their intellectual conversation and witty banter. Gone were the days of understanding, replaced with ridicule and mockery, left feeling shamed for simply comprehending that there was more to life than fashionable drawing rooms and afternoon tea. Rushing up to her room, where Agatha was waiting with a warm bath filled with lavender and rose oil.
Just perfect.
As Victoria slid in the warm water with ease, Agatha began to scrub her back with vigor. Victoria wondered about that final ingredient. More so, she wondered how long was long enough to stay at the ball before she could make her great escape without her mother noticing her absence. Snapping the young doctor out of her mental laboratory, Agatha said with a sigh, "Come along, miss. It's time to get dressed for the evening." As Victoria stepped into the gown, Agatha tied her hooks and corset in place. "There you go. My, how you will be the belle of the ball tonight." "I look okay then?" Victoria said in a faint voice, knowing how out of place she would be until she could return to her safe haven, her laboratory, to finish the formula. Putting her best smile on, Victoria set out to win her mother over for the evening by socializing and the use of playful banter. Standing in a circle as if surrounded by a band of pirates, Victoria executed her plan flawlessly.
Gentlemen, ladies, may I?
By all means, Miss Enlighten us.
The railway proposal is not a whim. It's a chance for every village between here and the coast to prosper.
A charming notion.
Though perhaps better suited to drawing room.
Victoria had seen her opportunity to make her escape when her mother and sisters were all locked into what appeared to be a sincere conversation with a gentleman suitor for her eldest sister Evelyn. As Victoria threw her cloak around her shoulders, she made her escape across the courtyard to the line of carriages, where she quickly acquired a carriage by requesting a ride home. "Please, sir, take me to Avenue U42, then return for my mother and my sisters." Closing the carriage door behind her, the driver quickly took his seat, and the carriage quickly disappeared into the darkness of the night.
I've never known such weather in January. Need a ride, miss?
Returning home from a most uneventful evening, where Agatha was patiently waiting with some warm tea and biscuits, Victoria sat sharing the evening's follies and near mishaps with Agatha. Shortly thereafter, Agatha expelled how it would best suit the young miss if she took her leave, allowing Victoria her slumber. "Good night, miss," Agatha said, as she disappeared, closing the door behind her.
Thank you, Agatha. It looks delicious.
You're welcome, my dear. Will that be all?
Waking even before her maid, Victoria hurried and readied herself, making her way to her father's laboratory, where she finally finished the potion, putting the final ingredients together, bringing her father's potion to fruition, and just as she was about to drink the glowing blue liquid, Agatha appeared in the doorway, holding a tray of fruits, bread, and cheese, and morning tea, of course. As she reminded the young doctor of her mother's luncheon, Victoria quickly sipped her tea while putting some jam on her toast. "You're going to need to step it up, miss, if you are going to change in time for the luncheon. You know how your mother is when you appear late." "Oh, yes, Agatha. I mustn't be tardy for Mamma's grand luncheon," Victoria said with a lilt of sarcasm in her voice. As she walked over and looked at the glowing blue potion, she picked it up and held it in her hand.
I found your pathway, Father. Please light the way so that I may see where I am going. And I believe this will do.
Stepping into the drawing room, where everyone had gathered before making their way into luncheon, Victoria spotted her mother and walked over to her as they could make their way into luncheon together.
What a splendid afternoon. The whole place feels like a painting.
Indeed, the fountain, the flowers, everything's perfectly...
A short time later, Victoria found a moment to sneak off to her room, where she shed her gown in exchange for more suitable attire. Quickly, she made her way down the back stairs. Feeling more at ease, she scurried off down the path to her lab. Finding the potion quickly, Victoria picked it up, as she thought to herself, "Here goes nothing." As she threw back the vial of potion, not even Victoria herself was prepared for what was to come next.